Hey guys, this is my full review of the Samsung Galaxy J7 Prime 5 months later. Is it worth considering? Let's find out in this review. So, this is Jagdish and let's get right into it. Samsung has made few design changes to its mid-range smartphones. For the first time ever, Samsung has introduced the metal to the J series lineup. It looks good and feels premium as well. And if you take a look at the camera module, it is surrounded with chamfered edges. And as we all used to massive or rather I would say big 5.5 inch displays, I do not have any problem with the J7 Prime either. The comfort zone of J7 Prime is pretty good due to the curved corners. And in my time I spent with it, I preferred using it with one hand. And starting off with the build quality is pretty good. The buttons are also made up of metal and they give tactile response. And due to its weight and unibody metal design, it feels quite solid in the hand. And one little con I felt with the device was with the SIM card and micro SD tray. It is not perfectly blend to the body. Yes, you can feel it when you rub your fingers on it, and I noticed it on my first day itself when I hold this device. This might be nitpicking, but I just wanted to share with you as I felt it was strange. And guys, I'm happy to say that this phone has survived few accidental drops. It resulted a very small dent but no major damage. So overall I feel the build quality is good here. Now let's take a quick look at the fingerprint scanner. Here's a clip from my unboxing video. The fingerprint scanner is not that responsive as of now. It is working 7 out of 10 times. I hope Samsung will address this issue and fix it with a software update. And that's the same case now. After few software updates, there was a tad improvement, but not super quick or super responsive like the Honor 6X or some other Chinese smartphones. It is not the quickest to unlock, but yes, it gets the job done. And it's not needed to press the home button to unlock. As it is a passive scanner, you can just place your finger on it, and it takes a second or so to unlock. Now coming to the display, it sports a 5.5-inch Full HD display and it is protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 4 and sits under 2.5D glass. But unlike the other J series smartphones, Samsung has used a TFT panel here instead of AMOLED. I don't know why they did this, but that's how it is. The display isn't as vibrant as an AMOLED panel, but nevertheless it offers decent colors, good viewing angles, good touch response, and display looks sharp enough. The color temperature is also well balanced. And here the bezels along the sides of the display are quite slim, which gives you an H2H viewing experience while consuming media. So that's a plus point in my opinion. But it again misses out an ambient light sensor. This means you have to adjust the brightness manually whenever you step out. Before I proceed, I must make it clear that I've had almost no troubles using the J7 Prime in broad daylight. The screen gets bright enough to be used comfortably outdoors, so overall a decent display in my opinion. That being said, now let's move the spotlight to cameras. The 13 megapixel rear facing camera does a pretty good job in daylighting conditions. Here are a few pics shot with the J7 Prime. The pictures are sharp enough, the colors look punchy, and you can even get some good bokeh shots thanks to the f1.9 aperture. And look at this pic, the dynamic range is decent too. So rear facing camera performs good in daylighting conditions. The video quality was decent, the colors are natural, the sharpness levels were good. The focusing is also good, the transitions are smooth. Now here are few pictures in artificial and low lighting conditions. As you can see, the pictures are not that sharp. The colors are slightly washed out. The details are missing here. And the pics contain a lot of noise. At the price of 18K, I wish it could have delivered slightly better. But that's how it is. It is not too worse at the same time not good either. Okay, on that note, here are some selfies with the 8 megapixel front facing camera. The front facing camera is above average, I would say, because as you can see the pics, it is overexposing most of the times and it always didn't get my shirt color right. The colors were not accurate, the dynamic range is just about average, although the sharpness levels were good. And in artificial and low lighting conditions, the pics look decent. I would say not the best in this price point, but it gets the job done for your occasional selfies. Good thing is that you can enable the software based flash, which helps out in very low lighting conditions. This flash is similar to Retina flash of Apple, where it brightens the screen to project some light onto your face. So that's pretty much it for the camera's part. So I would say the rear facing camera holds up decently and the front facing camera is above average. Okay, on that note, let's talk about battery life. It is one of the primary questions before purchasing any smartphone. And here I was pretty much impressed with the J7 Prime. You can easily get through a day with still some juice left. I always ended up with more than 6 hours screen on time, and sometimes I even got over 7 hours. And this with Wi-Fi on all the day. And my regular usage includes watching YouTube videos, scrolling on Twitter, 10 to 15 minutes of calls, and playing games for a couple of minutes. And here are some other stats when I'm on mobile data all the day. Here also I got some good numbers. So overall I was pretty much impressed with the battery life I'm getting with it. And if you ask about the charging time, it takes about 3 hours to get fully charged from 0 to 100% with the supplied charger. So there is no fast charging for this device, but the battery life is solid. Now if we talk about gaming and performance, in day-to-day performance I had no issues with it. Apps open up pretty quick without delay, no issues in web browsing, no lag at all in day-to-day tasks whatsoever. It is so smooth in navigating all the apps. I would say the software is well optimized with the hardware. Due to that it handles all the tasks with ease no matter what I throw at it. Even the multitasking is good. You won't see any reloads until you cross your 7th app. And that's expected for a phone which is priced at 18K. But what's unexpected is the gaming performance. Yes, you won't have silky smooth gaming experience while playing high-end games. In asphalted gameplay, there was a lot of lag while playing the game in high graphical settings, and even with Nova 3, there were few frame drops at times. The reason for this is, as it sports a 1080p display, the GPU has to push a lot more pixels than for a 720p, and that resulted in gameplay with frame drops. But the basic games such as Robbery Bob, Death Trigger, they ran fine with no issues. For more info, you can check out my gaming review. So in day-to-day tasks, it performs very well without any issues, but in gaming, you will notice some frame drops with high-end games. So not recommended for heavy gamers. So here comes the final question viewers will ask me. Is it worth buying, or is it worth the price we are paying? And for this question, my answer would be like, if you are not a brand conscious person, there are better options available in the market. For example, the Lenovo Z2 Plus, Mi 5, etc. But if you are a brand conscious person, like if you only consider buying LG, Samsung, or whatever you feel have better brand value, resale value, better service, then this is the only decent phone you could get at this price point. Pretty smooth in operating day-to-day tasks, top-notch battery life, very easily it can get through one day. And a good rear facing camera will be the good of this device, whereas average gaming performance, average front facing camera will be the bad of this device. And that's my conclusion. So that wraps it up for this video. If you feel this video was informative, if this video helped you in making your decision, then dropping a like would be appreciated and consider subscribing. This is Jagadish and I will catch you soon in my next video.